You join me here today as we do tick off a big chapter in Test Drive Limited Solar Crown. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thank you for tuning in for another update. Before we get into today's video, please do smash the like button, subscribe, tap on the bell, all the usual good stuff, as we have got a monumental task even getting to the first point today in the Ferrari F40. A very wet Hong Kong street, as we can see, slick tyres fitted to 1000 horsepower, rear wheel drive 80s supercar. It's not the greatest of mixes, but we're going to tick off one huge thing I wanted to get done before we move into Season 2 today, and we're going to really push forward and see what this game has to give us. Now, we've spent a hell of a lot of time on the channel here, advancing through the game, trying to tick off everything, get as much done as we can before we of course move over to Ibiza and onto Season 2. There's a hell of a lot for me still to get through. I'm going to try and get out as much content as I can before Season 2 does drop, and I'm quite close to completing everything I do want to have completed. But the big thing I really wanted to get completed today was of course the clan battles, the progression within the Sharps clan, as we take out a minivan there. I really wanted to tick that one off. It's been a bit of a task, it's been a bit cumbersome, it's not the most fantastic of things to do, I'll admit that one, but we have got to that point where we're almost there. So we're going to kick it off today in Deepwater, the clan race, to advance us to the end of this. The race in particular I wanted to jump into here was the Ferrari F40 against the Lamborghini Huracan. I absolutely love the F40 in game, so we'll push on today. We will launch the F40 off the line. We've stretched out first, second gear, so we can really get some good traction with this one. A slightly wet road surface once again. Rear wheel drive F40 is going to be lively as the AI decide to brake on a freeway section there. Don't love the mapping here for the AI cars, but nonetheless we'll take advantage of that when we will power downhill here as we do approach the first right left hand sweeping corners here. How is the F40 going to be round these ones? Foot flat to the floor, we don't lift as we do come into our first heavy braking section round this building, just taking that inside curb, and we just missed that car. I thought we were going to take that one out there off the freeway section. Down this one we know we have to brake in the right point here, as we will lock up if we do not and go off track. And we only just brake in enough time. Should have perhaps broke a little bit earlier, but we can now push forward up this flowing left hand section. How's the back end going to hold on the ground here with the F40? It's not stepping out all too much yet. A lot of power through those rear wheels on a damp road surface. We're holding up all right. A bit of understeer there as we do veer to the right, but we're all good, we're still on track. Just missing out another AI car there. Back onto a dual carriageway section. We can really put the foot to the floor here, open up the F40, listen to it scream as we come up to this big sweeping right hander. Do we lift? Do we keep foot flat to the floor? We do not lift, we keep it all the way there. Heavy brake just to bring us down for that left hander, just missing out a taxi once again. We're really doing alright so far here, the F40 being as stable as it can be into this right hander. We do have a car sitting on our driving lane, really disturbing us as we do start to put the foot back down, the back end stepping out of the F40 for the first time just there. Into this right hander we try to get around the AI as best as we can, and we do actually do alright with that one. Up into a right hander here. Are we going to have traffic on our inside? We do, so we have to stay on our side of the road, but we can cut down here, there's no traffic. Into the left hander again, trying to clip that apex, but a bit of understeer pushing us across the road as we do come round to cross the line. We do manage to take out first place, which is fantastic on the clan battle, but more importantly we have now pushed forward, finished out the ranking here, so we are now up to rank 50 and we can now race up against Angie Graham at the Sharps HQ. Jumping into the car we should have been in for that race most likely, it is of course the Huracan. Now it's very wet, 4-wheel drive, we know it's going to be OP, it's going to be the way to go with this one. So I'm going to talk about it before we do get over there to race Angie Graham. There's a hell of a lot that this could have been, the progression within the clan, obviously moving our way through the ranks to come up here to finally race up against Angie Graham. Now for me it hasn't been the most engaging of it hasn't been the most engaging part of the game. I have purposely not done it because it doesn't excite me. The rewards of stickers, dresses, watches, whatever it may be, it's just not it. It should perhaps be money or special editions of cars or special liveries for a car, whatever it may be. There's a lot they could have done with this one, so it's slightly disappointing. Hopefully with Season 2 coming very soon, a matter of days now, hopefully we do see a bit of an improvement with that one. But we'll push forward, we'll complete off Season 1 here, and we will complete off the race with Angie Graham as we do enter into the Sharps HQ. Angie Graham sitting over there by the bar. Let's see what she has to say.
I'm Angie Graham. It's thanks to me that the Sharps exist. Careful where you step. It's a den of snakes. The reason I survive so well is because I have the sharpest fangs.
So, let's challenge to the duel. Max RP of 880. No other context, we don't know what kind of race we're going to be. So once again, max RP of 880. It does seem like we might have a wide variety of cars that we can jump into for this one. We might even just stay in the Huracan here. Depending on what kind of race it is we do have, it's not far from where we were just there, so it's going to take us a couple of seconds to get up to that point. I like how we don't have a limit of RP or a restriction of cars. That is fantastic for the game. Without knowing the race that we're going to get into, we'll get our first look right here. It is a sprint and it's cross country, it's gravel and asphalt. There's only one car that we're going to come into here against the Chiron, and it is of course the Chiron Killer. The Jaguar F-Type, we've done content on this car before, it's fantastic, it does wipe the floor with the Bugattis, we know that already. We do this thing get out launched from the Chiron, but into the first couple of corners here, oh, I thought we were going to get the better of the Chiron just there, we do not. The off-road tires and the off-road suspension on the F-Type here, we're really compromising with the gravel, or the asphalt sections rather, for handling, but we have now pulled away from Angie Graham. We have taken first place as we do come uphill on our asphalt for the first time into the right-hander. We can take those curbs, we're not too concerned. We know we've got the stability essentially there with the F40 to be able to, the F-Type rather, to be able to take as many curbs as we like. Into the big flowing left-hander, we have pulled a 4.5 second gap on Angie Graham. Right-hander, fast downhill into the left-handers. We do now come down towards our first heavy braking section into this left-hander, and we do come off-road. We start the off-road section 7.6 seconds ahead of Angie Graham, and this is where we should really manage to pull a huge gap here. This thing is purposely built for off-road racing, off-road tyres, off-road suspension, and it is an absolute monster for these off-road races. Flowing flowing right-hander into a flowing left-hander, getting the power down here into this dip, right-hander, back uphill, into another right-hander, let the back end just slide out on us, we can power this one all the way around, whip the back end back round again into the left-hander, back into the right-hander, stealing a little bit of the ditch on the right-hand side, managing to miss the wall, into this little snaking section, round the fast left-hander, downhill into a bit of a hairpin here. We just managed to slide into the wall, but it's not going to cause too much of an issue, but it does unsettle us for this next little section, and we do get beached on the rocks. We're going to have to reset back onto the road, but we can now get the power back down once again into the left-hander, right-hander, down into a little ditch here once again. Yes, we do steal a little bit more here into that right-hander. We could have been a bit quicker through there, but we'll whip it back round into the left-hander, not whipping it enough, and we almost clipped that wall. But a nice little intricate section here up into this right-hander. The F40, it truly is phenomenal for these off-road racing, guys. I do hope you have managed to get into the F-Type SVR and experience it for yourself. As we do come back onto the asphalt section here, we can see that we are 36.9 seconds ahead of Angie Graham. We already know that we are ridiculously faster than the AI for these races. We're not going to dwell on that all too much today. It's all positivity here. As we do take this left-hander, we jump essentially over an AI car that was just sitting on the corner there into another left-hander. We do come off-road once again, the back end stepping out on us, unsettling us as we do come up a little bit of a banking, but it's not caused too much of an issue. Coming downhill into this big left-hander, can we put a little bit of handbrake on with this one? We do. The back end just under control into a right-hander there, and get the power back down here as we're about 30% or so to completion of this race. I don't know why we went off track there. I don't understand that part, but it happens. Let's get the power back down. Let's try and tidy this one up into the fast flowing right-hander. Let's get this one opened all the way up here. We can fully commit over the little jump that we're going to have just coming up there. The car doesn't lift all too much. Right-hander here, hairpin, handbrake, power down, fantastic. We love to see it. Up into this right-hander here, we are very tentative. It actually pushes us across the road, and we end up taking the banker on the left and the wall on the right. Not the cleanest so far. Fast flowing right-hander, whipping it back round into a left-hander here. oh, it's not the most fantastic. This thing has been handling so much better. I don't know what's going on with the racing today, but we're almost there, guys. We're about 20% left into this big flowing left-hand hairpin here. We could have drifted it round there. We don't do it all too badly here. Let's push forward, foot flat to the floor here. A couple of jumpy sections. How's this going to handle it? It does get a little bit unsettled. We do dip off track, but we are still 33 seconds ahead of Andrew Graham. We're still doing fantastically well into this hairpin. Again, we're not negotiating these hairpins as good as we usually do, especially with the F-Type. This thing is an absolute monster off-road. So the driving isn't really up to standard today. I can only apologise for that one. Into this left-hander, that's more like it. We can get a little bit of a drift coming on round that left-hander. That's exactly what we want to see here in the F-Type. As we do lose it a little bit, we take out our customary lamppost for today's recording. We'll push forward, 5% left. We're going to take out a win. We're going to close off this section of the game and beat Angie Graham quite healthily. Now, with all that being said, we will... yeah, but okay, we have boxed that all off. We have hit level 50. We have completed the clan influence leveling up. What do we get as a reward? Well, it's a big one, guys. We get a sticker. Yeah. Let's not dwell on the bad points, guys. We get a sticker for completing out level 50 for beating Angie Graham. Could have been more, but it is what it is. That, again, is another improvement I would like to see come to the game. Yeah, when we do get Season 2, we're obviously going to get more clan influence when we do get Season 2 there. Oh, we also get Angie Graham's bracelet. How fantastic. I'll be sure never to wear that one. But yeah, that's another thing I would like to see improved. It's a big improvement I think can come is the clan influence side of the game. Upon the launch of Season 2, I do feel like there is a hell of a lot that can be done here. So hopefully Nacon, hopefully KT are watching my video. I doubt they are, but hopefully that's one of the things they can hear from the community is improvements, where the improvements can be made, what improvements we want to see from the game. Let's jump back over to Sharps though, let's talk to Angie Graham, let's see what outro dialogue we have got for this whole clan influence saga.
Well, I didn't see that coming. I always acknowledge my own shortcomings, and there is no shame in telling you, you did great. You are simply the best driver in the Sharps. Congratulations.
Are we getting the keys to her Chiron? This might make it all worth it. No, we don't. Wow. That was a tease. She picked up the keys to the Chiron, she dangled them in front of us, and just said, well done for being the best driver. That could have been a fantastic ending to the clan influence. The keys to Angie Graham's Chiron. That was very disappointing. I genuinely thought we were getting the keys to Angie's Bugatti Chiron. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed the journey through the clan influence here for Sharps on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. If there's enough time, I might jump over and do the streets. You guys will be the first to know as I will put the videos here on YouTube. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, hope you've enjoyed the content, guys. Please stay tuned for more updates on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown.